Deadly clashes on Monday in Kyiv, the likes of which haven't been seen since the Maidan uprising of 2014, which ousted former Kremlin-friendly President Viktor Yanukovych. The pro-West government, now in power, looks to be facing similar problems. Has anything, therefore, really changed? Here on the Press Review, commentators from the international media are going to help us get a better understanding of what exactly is going on. Oliver Carroll for The Independent writes, "The all-too-familiar sight of masked men, Molotov cocktails, wooden sticks and explosives returned to the streets of Kyiv, as violence between police and the mostly nationalist protesters broke out after a contentious vote in the Ukrainian National Parliament." What was the contentious vote which sparked the violence? Leonid Bushidsky, writing for Bloomberg, explains. Radical nationalists, some with weapons, gathered to protest a constitutional amendment proposed by President Petro Poroshenko that would make it possible to reintegrate separatist areas into Ukraine on special terms favorable to Russia. The vote comes as part of the Minsk agreement made by Russia and Ukraine last February, with mediation from Germany and France. The proposed changes are widely seen as being a bad deal for Kyiv. Bushidsky again offers more. He says, although a majority in the Ukrainian parliament voted to support the measures, the street clashes show how difficult it will be to sell the changes to an impoverished, volatile country filled with weapons. Russian President Vladimir Putin appears to be looking for a way out of the mess in eastern Ukraine, but even after more than a year of war, many Ukrainians are unwilling to end the fighting in a way that would be acceptable to Russia. But this was only a first reading. For the changes to come into force, another reading and more votes will be needed. Carroll tells the story. The government was only able to muster 265 votes from the 368 lawmakers in the hall, and two of the coalition member parties voted against. While this simple majority was enough for the bill to pass its first reading, it was not the 300 supermajority required for a constitutional change to be fully approved. Its second reading is now likely to be delayed for some time, putting at risk the deal supposed to secure peace in the East. It goes without saying that Ukraine is in a tough spot. Peace efforts appear to be on a tightrope. President Poroshenko is under pressure from the West to push through decentralization measures, but as we have seen from Monday's violence, there are elements within Ukrainian society who are dead set against any such changes taking place. That's all we have time for today. Join us again for another press review in Kyiv. This is Ukraine Today.